Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I prep my cash envelope breakdown so that way I can actually go to the bank and withdraw the proper increments. Okay, so in my last video, I kind of showed you guys how I budget my month-to-month paycheck because I do get paid once a month. This is the amounts that are going to be going into my cash envelopes. So today it's going to be $1,043 that I need to figure out how to break down and go and request from the bank. Certain categories are going to require large bills, some are small, and I'm going to tell you why. So first up is going to be groceries. I do a maximum of $450 for groceries. Last year I did $500. This year I'm doing $450. Hopefully next year if I do well with $450, and I always notice that I have enough, sometimes too much with $450, I'll drop it to $400. So we're doing increments of $50 for groceries. This year the model is $450 every month. So what I like to do is I like to have one big bill so that it's easier to break down, and that big bill will give me some change for any other stores I have to go to, because I usually go to 2 to 3 stores to grocery shop for the week. So what I like to do is get hundreds. So in this case, I'm going to get 4 100s. And since this is going to be for 4 weeks and it's $50, I'm going to do 4 10s. So that's going to be 400, 440, and then I'm gonna do 10 ones so that way I can just divvy that up between the weeks. So every week we'll most likely get $2, and then that last week we'll get that extra, I think, $2, right? Because it's 4 weeks, 2, 4, 6. So that last week is gonna get the extra $2 to make it $4. So every week is gonna get 100, 110, and it's gonna get 2 ones equaling out to 112. Gas, I like to break it down in increments of 20 because I always get gas every time my car is half full. And I noticed recently in my area that $20 does bring my half all the way back to F or a little bit under F, and I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna do a bunch of 20s. Let me see. The most 20s I can get out of 130 is 6. And then I think I'm gonna do 2 5s in the event I need to put 25 because I accidentally fall under the half to bring it back or as close to full, which is F. Fun, I always do increments of 25 on a weekly basis. So how many 20s? That's 125, 2, that's 50, 75, 100, 125. So that means I'm gonna need 5 20s and 5 5s. Fluffy, I always do 50, and I do increments of 10 because that's how I buy food. So I'm gonna do 5 10s. Laundry, I usually get rolls of quarters at Publix. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put 2 10s here and 1 5 here. So I'll get 2 rolls and then just go ask for change. Self-care is broken accordingly because self-care includes mani, pedi, and eyebrows. And I did that off camera, and it's gonna turn up to 10 singles, 1 5, 1 10, 2 20s, and 150. To double check our math, 50 plus 40 is 90, plus 10 is 100, plus 1 5 is 105, and then 115. Our leftover is 148. I think for 148, I'm gonna do 6 20s, so that's 120. I'm left with 28. I'm gonna do 110. I'm left with 18. I'm gonna do 2 5s. So where am I now? 18. That's 10, and I'm gonna left with 8 singles. So let me just double check. 120, 130, 140, 148. Beautiful. And then I bring down the numbers. 11, 13, 19, 4, 9, 10, 11, 13, 2, 7, 8, 9, 11, 10, 20, 28. Okay, so those are my bill counts, but let me just double check. This is 400. This is 50. 19 times 20. If 20 times 20 is 400 minus 20, 380. My math is weird, y'all. 10 times 13 is 130. 5 times 11 is 55. And then 28. And what I like to do is make sure my numbers add up. Sorry, y'all, my calculator ran out of battery, so I have my iPad next to me doing the math. Okay, so what I like to do, just to make sure that my math is correct, I'll put the total that I'm supposed to have, and then I'll subtract by each category. So let me see, minus 55, minus 130, minus 380, minus 50, minus 400. And the goal is, once you subtract everything, it needs to equal 0. So what I'm gonna do is, I don't know if you saw in my previous video of, I don't think I ever included that video. So what I'll do is, on a blank cash envelope, why am I calling it cash envelope? A cash breakdown that I found for free online. I'm gonna go complete this. As you guys can see, it has every denomination, the quantity and the total withdrawn. I'm just gonna fill this in, put my 1,043 there, and I'm ready to go to the bank. So yeah, this is how I use the lovely cash envelope breakdown that I found for free online to properly break down my cash envelope amounts that I need to go to the bank. I thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, please like, comment, subscribe, and in the comments let me know, if you are a cash envelope person, how or what do you use to break down your amount, so that way you know what and how much you need to, I don't know what I was trying to say, Lord Jesus. And so that way you know how much you need to withdraw for the bank. Do you do this by hand? Do you have a sheet? Like, what do you do? And then when you have a big sheet like this, especially if you use one, do you have a small printout like this that you get? I appreciate it. Any comment and feedback is greatly appreciated. As always, thank you for sticking towards the end. I'll see you in my next videos. Peace.